Hey, what's up everybody? It's Donovan with Fretspot. Good to see you once again. Got another beautiful bass to show you today. Again from our friends at FBass in lovely Hamilton, Canada. Canada? What is Canada? I was thinking of Ontario and then I said Canada. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, they're in Canada, which has a D, not a T. Spelling tips with Donovan. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. So anyway, let's get back on track. What this is super cool. This is a BN Deluxe, and it's in this beautiful transparent seafoam green. And so it's transparent, it's got enhanced natural grain. And obviously with being the Deluxe, which we're gonna go over here in just a minute, it's got exposed coil pickups, and this has their new Deluxe humbucking package. And then maple neck and matching headstock. Also, a couple of neat little things. You can see the bridge here is two-tone bridge, so gold and chrome. And even like on the tuners, the screws, sorry, I'm trying to match this up. Screws are gold, just, you know, kind of cool touch. So, really neat. String through body, really slick. So, let's talk a little bit about the BN Deluxe. And as you can tell from looking at the bass, there's two extra switches on there that we don't normally see. So let's discuss a little bit about what these do. So first thing, in the center position, so they're three-way toggles, okay? And I'm gonna use this direction so you can see it. I'm assuming that like we're holding the bass like we're playing it. So in the center position, the pickups are in single coil. So this is the standard mode for really any of the BN series, even the normal BN series basses that are also humbucking pickups. Normally, they're in single coil mode. A lot of people don't know that. They think it might be, normally they're in humbucking mode, but you actually have to pull up on the pickup, the bridge pickup volume knob to put it into humbucking. So single coil mode's the default mode. And with it, you know, single coil sound, jazz bass sound is a sound we're all very familiar with. It's a bit of a scooped mid-range, almost like a hollowed out sound. Classic, beautiful, great sound. On the Deluxe pickups compared to the normal BN pickups, the Deluxe pickups have maybe just slightly more compression and output, but otherwise they're really similar. And honestly, I think if you're A-Bing them back to back, maybe you might hear it, but like to my ears, just picking it up and playing it, I don't hear it. Maybe that just means my ears aren't as good as others or whatever. But anyway, so slightly more compressed and a little bit darker tone. So, and generally with pickups, our rule of thumb is when we start increasing output, usually we start losing treble frequencies and bass and mid-range frequencies start going up. So that's kind of a good thing to sort of kind of remember. So humbucking pickups have a higher output than single coil pickups. Single coil pickups tend to be brighter, clear sounding with lower output. Humbucking pickups have higher output and tend to be darker and warmer. So just kind of remember that. And then in the series mode, which is when the toggle switch is down, for that, you're going to get the highest output that the bass does. So it's going to be a real hot output, and the tone gets very thick. It gets really dark and a little bit more, even more compressed. Series mode, great for, I mean, you see this for P-bass, any of that kind of stuff, you'll see series. So when you think of like that classic P-bass sound with like lots of mid-range and lots of like, you know, just that kind of hotter, warmer tone. Think of that being in series. And then with our toggle switch in the up position, we're in parallel mode. And parallel humbucking pickups, classic, you know, Ernie Ball MusicMan series pickup. Now, and with that, you're going to have a little bit higher output than you would have had in single coil mode, but not as high of an output as you had in series. You'll notice a little bit of bump in the mid-range, so those mid-range frequencies will kind of go up a little bit, which will give you a bit more feeling of clear articulation, playing finger styles and stuff like that. But with the BN Deluxe series, you get that without any of like the hum that you might be able to get in like a classic pickup. So anyway, that's essentially what these switches do. And there's two switches, one for each pickup. So the front switch is for the neck pickup. The back switch is for the the bridge pickup. And with that, you can, if you want, you could of course experiment with all kinds of combinations in between, which is really, really, really cool, right? So you not only can get like classic jazz bass sounds. So when we're in single coil mode, we have both pickups on, we have the outer coils going here, giving us that classic scooped out sound. Or we could just roll the volume all the way off on the bridge pickup, roll it all the way on for the neck pickup, and put it into series, and then which is the switch down. And now we've got classic P-bass sounds. Or we can do the opposite. So roll off the neck pickup, roll on the bridge pickup, put it in parallel, and then you've got classic MusicMan sounds. And then you could also put both pickups in parallel if you want, roll them both on, you'll have like the HH series. So just really cool. So with the Deluxe Series BN5, it's sort of the Swiss Army knife of basses. You know, you want to take one bass to a studio or to your next gig or performance, and you want to be able to get all these different sounds. Like this thing will do it, and do it super, super, super well, which is really cool. Let's talk about a couple other things with the Deluxe Series that would be good to know. So with exposed coil pickups, you get a slightly higher output out of the pickup. And this is not just in the case of Deluxe pickups, it's also the same case for if you get like a normal BN series bass but with exposed coil pickups. And the reason for that's pretty simple. You know, obviously we are drilling the hole in the wood and we're moving those poles slightly closer to the strings. As we move those poles slightly closer, our volume increases slightly. Does it really matter? No, not in my opinion. All you're really doing is increasing the gain out of the bass into your preamp. If you didn't want that increase in gain, you could just turn it down. So the main reason to me for the exposed poles is because it looks sexy. So that's the main thing that I care about. But anyway, just so you know. Then also with the Deluxe Series, they're using a Teralabs audiophile grade wiring. So all of the wiring that's happening behind the scenes here is Teralabs audiophile quality. It's going to give you the absolute like best clarity, and it's yeah, just kind of like best quality and clarity. And then I mentioned already about the aluminum saddle with the gold brass saddles. They're gold finished brass saddles, and the guys from FBass says that kind of will compress and control lows and highs while also increasing sustain. So again, you know, if you've got the type of ears you can hear that, then awesome. To me, don't notice it that much. Maybe because I just don't let notes ring that long. Maybe because I play so many wrong notes, I'm used to trying to mute to mute them. Anyway. Told you about the string through body. The other thing that's kind of unique with the Deluxes is they're strung normally with DR full core strings. So they're not the exposed core strings like we're used to seeing on FBasses. These have the DR strings. Pretty slick, right? And so this allows them to get the pickups a little bit closer to the strings to give them even more clarity and output. Trying to set that thing on there so it doesn't fall over. And anyway, and other than that, the specs are basically the same. 34.5-inch scale, so on and forth. Same FBass preamp, like everything else is basically still there. So that's a rather lengthy rundown of the Deluxe Series. Sorry for the length of it. I'll play through a couple of just simple examples, going through a few of the tones, just to kind of give you a sense of the sound. And then, yeah. We'll just go from there. If you'd like to get one of these, reach out and let me know. Fretspot.com or Donovan@Fretspot.com. Happy to order one for you. I do stock FBasses, but like this one was ordered for stock, but sold within 2 days, I think, of me listing it for sale. So this particular one is sold. I've got more on order, But honestly, if you want one, the best thing to do is either reach out to me to see what I have on order and take one of my existing orders, or to place an order for yourself. It only takes about 7 to 8 months to get it complete. That time's gonna pass. It's really not that big of a deal. And only $500 to get it started, and you can also take trades. So if you have something you wanna trade in, I'm really generous with my trade policy too. So anyway, cool. Let's stop listening to me and let's listen to that. This is both pickups on and the switches and the single coil. So our switches are like this. Here's with the switches in series. This is the pickups up. This is like the MusicMan sound. Kind of hear a little bit of that burpiness. Here's just the bridge pickup. That you can really hear that kind of burpiness there. Really kind of cool, right? And then we'll go back to finger style. So this is single coil, both pickups on. Like that. So you can hear a lot hotter output. Here's just the neck pickup. So that kind of gives you a sound for what that's like. We'll go back, both pickups even. This is single coil on. You can see I've got bass turned up, a little bit of mids. So you can hear just a little bit more articulate with that. Here's both pickups in the, this is both pickups in series. So you can hear how there's a lot more mid-range and stuff like that. Here's both pickups in parallel. And back to single coil. Kind of give that sound for that. So, and then let's do the same thing. Let's do series, just the neck pickup. So the switch is down, and we've got just the neck pickup for P-bass sounds. So pick up, there's the P bass sound. That's such a great P bass sound. And again, we can change some of the settings here if we want. I'll boost up the treble a little bit. Ah, man, just sounds really good. Anyway, enough. I could literally just sit here and play play this all day, but that's enough. That gives you a kind of a quick rundown, a general idea of what this sounds like. Sorry for this video being so long, but with the series really being new and not a lot of people getting a chance to see it, I wanted to make sure to at least get something out there where people can see it. I've already done a video like this before when it first came out, because your boy here was like the first one to get one of these things, because I'm like, other than maybe George and Marcel Furlanetto, I am the next Mr. FBass, because I just love him. But anyway, so really happy to have him. This bass just sounds so good. So the question, in wrapping up, do you need the Deluxe series? I don't know, man. That's gonna be up to you. You're gonna have to figure that one out. Do you want one bass that does them all? Do you want to know, I'm gonna bring my Deluxe and literally any sound I need I'm gonna be able to get? Or do you want to have a million different basses? Now, if you're like me, you want to have a million different basses and you want one of them to be one that can do them all. So anyway, hey, this was fun. Hope everybody's doing super well this holiday season. If you want to get one of these for yourself, fretspot.com, Donovan at fretspot.com. Take care. Yeah, I just gave you the finger guns right there. Take care.